So in today's conduct of war, especially air warfare, there's a need for long-range precision strike capability that targets integrated air network defense, IADS, and surface-to-air missile sites. Typically, in the past, air forces have used non-precision weapons in order to go after those types of systems, and we have found through long experience that targeting SAMs and IADS requires more precision than we had in the past. AARGM, the Advanced Anti-Radiation Guided Missile, was designed to go after those threats in a very unique way. It uses the radiated energy from the surface-to-air missile site or the integrated air network defense to home in on those signals in order to attack the site at the source. AARGM is a very advanced weapon in that it adds a multispectral seeker to the weapon that allows for very precise targeting, such that when surface-to-air missile sites use advanced tactics that typical older anti-radiation missiles used, that now AARGM can go after those targets. So AARGM, our baseline AARGM, which has been in production since the early 2010s, is currently in production. We've delivered it to partners and the U.S. Navy, the United States Marine Corps, and now we are developing a follow-on weapon to that called the AARGM Extended Range, which is a new build weapon, but uses much of the same technology to go after those targets that are challenging for non-anti-radiation missiles. What AARGM and AARGM-ER do is they allow the Stryker aircraft to stand off in a safe area for targeting, and not fly in the threat rings of the surface-to-air missile sites. And so the Polish Air Force, I believe, needs AARGM and AARGM-ER for their next generations of aircraft, their FA-50s, their upgrades to their F-16s, and of course their new buy F-35s, in order to allow those aircraft to be more effective during combat operations, in order to gain and maintain initially air superiority and then air dominance, and so that the Polish Air Force in any kind of future conflict can dominate the skies, which then lends itself for being able to go after or support the warfighter on the ground as we conduct warfare in the future. So the AARGM-ER is a follow-on to the AARGM program. It is a new build weapon that has a new rocket motor. It's much more sleek. We've moved the wings of the AARGM, the control section, back to the aft part of the weapon. We've added strakes to the weapon to increase lift. We've got a new rocket motor for more power out of the weapon. It's a little bit bigger in circumference, so it's got a stronger motor on it. And then we reuse this same technology for the seeker and the guidance sections from the baseline AARGM, because that's very advanced. And so it's got a very much more extended range, allowing the strike aircraft to be in an area of sanctuary up until the time they fire the aircraft. Right now, we're in developmental testing for that weapon with the United States Navy. We've done 5 developmental test shots. They've all been very successful. We see a very bright future for the weapon. We intend to go into, we should start initial operating capability with the United States Navy on their F-18 aircraft sometime this winter. And then in the 2026 timeframe, we will initial operating capability IOC with the F-35A with the United States Air Force in 2026, and then also with the U.S. Navy and the United States Marine Corps versions of the F-35 shortly after that. And so AARGM-ER, designed to fit in the weapons bay of the F-35, so it maintains the F-35 stealth characteristics while carrying AARGM as as a long-range precision strike weapon.